One of the biggest reasons attraction fades in long-term relationships is something you might not be aware of. And if you're a man in a long-term relationship, this can quietly kill your desire without realizing it. You see, most people think attraction fades because couples don't spend enough time together. But the truth is, it's actually the opposite. I've been with my partner Amanda for the last 10 years, and this is something I've had to learn the hard way. And in this video, I'm gonna break down 3 reasons why the attraction fades for men in long-term relationships and how you can start to bring it back. Now, the first reason is that comfort replaces tension. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I'll tell you a time when I was traveling with my partner Amanda. We just got our online business going. This is back in 2022. And all of a sudden, I'm traveling the world with her. We're living together, we're doing business together. And I found that we were just like always around each other. And because I wasn't around my friends as much back home in Perth, Western Australia, I found myself falling into this bit of a comfort trap around her, where maybe I was falling into some of her patterns of behavior. Maybe she's falling into some of my patterns of behavior. And what ended up happening was I noticed my sex drive starting to go down. And I started to question like, oh man, is this the relationship? Is it her? Like, what's going on here? And over time, what I realized is like, I had fallen into comfortable, familiar ways of showing up around her, which was not creating the tension. Remember, polarity lives in the tension. And sometimes as men, we need to create separation or distance from our partners, from our women, to be able to rediscover that masculine edge that gives us that, that oomph, that potency when we're around them. That, if you're really sensing that right now, where you're not wanting to like ravish your woman, pick her up and just fucking fuck her like in the way that she wants, that's a big sign that you've lost contact with this edge, because things have got a little bit too comfortable. So keep in mind that the key reasons why this will happen is maybe you're in the same routine, you're in the same energy, you're in the same environment, where there's monotony that's showing up in your life. That's gonna dull your edge faster than anything else. So what's the remedy for this? So as a man, I want you to actively create distance. That doesn't mean you need to go spend time away from your partner all the time, or especially if you have kids, it gets a little difficult. But what I do in my relationship, and this is what's happening right now, like I'm here in Costa Rica, my partner Amanda's in Mexico, and we could just sense, and I could sense because that the attraction was starting to disappear a little bit, that we needed some separation. And that separation is a healthy thing, and I've learned to allow that over the years being with her. So in this separation time, as a man, you have to be really intentional with it. It doesn't mean you just kind of like, you go out and party and distract yourself and numb all the things. No. You got to redefine that edge. And sometimes time alone means time off distractions, time to really refine what your purpose is, time to be in nature, time to connect with other men, time to seek challenge or competition. Like I'm out here and surfing and I'm spending time with the boys out here, they're doing hard workouts. Like all of these things are giving me back testosterone because I'm in those environments that support it. So that when I return to see her in a couple of weeks, I'm fully back online. Like my testosterone is firing on all cylinders. So think about that as a man, something you can now go in action if you need to, that separation, that distance, so you can recalibrate that desire. So now point number 2 is closely connected to point number 1. If we have comfort killing the attraction, well, never leaving the relationship is also the thing killing the attraction. And if you're always around your woman, like I said, you're gonna start to lose that masculine drive. Because if you think back to the old days, like men would go out and hunt, they would go out and build things, they would go out and spend time with other men, they would leave the home. Sometimes men would go to war and then they return home in this place of like fully invigorated in their masculine essence. And of course there's there's sex happening all the time, right? But think about it, in this day and age, as men, we're working from home, we're around our partners, we're on our phones all the time, we're on tech all the time, right? We're in these feminine behaviors consistently. And of course, that's gonna dull the polarity in a relationship. And the research shows that testosterone goes up when a man is seeking challenge, risk, competitive environments. So right now, I would invite you to think about that as a man. Where can you bring that into your life? Is it going to a jiu-jitsu class or a Muay Thai class, or going to surf if you haven't surfed, joining your local football team, doing things that are gonna bring back that fucking competitive masculine spirit that maybe you had when you were 18, 19, 20, but now things have got comfortable because you guys are just together in the sameness. Now, point number 3 is that attraction is dependent on regeneration cycles. So what I mean by that is like you got to tune in as a man to the seasonal cycle that you're in. Nature is like this all the time, right? The nature is going through all these seasonal changes. And if you attune yourself and your body to, there's an external season and an internal season, right? And I want you to think about, what internal season are you in? Are you in a winter? Is it a contraction? Is it a period of like darkness and you're not really sure what's going on? There's something dying, but maybe you're in the unknown right now, or maybe you're in spring. You can sense something new is on the horizon, something's emerging. Or maybe you're in the summer, the season of expansion. expansion and just things are flowing and things are firing all cylinders for you. I want you to have an internal pulse as to your internal season, because in these different seasons, they're gonna require different things. And in a winter season, it might require you going away from the relationship a little bit to consolidate what is the birthing of something new in me. Because think about it, right? When you're in that contraction period and you're figuring your shit out, you may be a little overwhelmed, a little anxious, a little confused. You're usually not the best lover and leader during those times, and that's normal, right? Nature's like that, right? The tree that's losing its leaves is usually not the best provider for the squirrels or the birds to come feed off, right? But it's not judging itself for that. It's just go, hey, honoring, this is my time. I'm about to birth new seeds in the next few months when summer rolls around. You're like that too. So if you can give yourself the permission to go away and just like be on your own and be in this like period. Maybe it's a solo hiking trip. Maybe it's a solo surf trip. Maybe it's you just like taking yourself out of town and going into the country or the mountains for a few days. Like it doesn't have to be this couple of month sabbatical. It just could be a few days of taking yourself away from the family. Be in the environment where you can sit and work through or allow these shifts to occur so that when you come back, you're clear, you're stable, you're grounded, you're present, and that's the energy that's gonna start to light that spark back up in your relationship. And if you're a father, this matters even more. Like as soon as you become a dad, and I'm not a dad yet, I'm planning on being a dad really soon. I'm gonna prioritize this even more because your kids are really looking and seeing and feeling the level of polarity and attraction and sexual chemistry between their mom and dad. Like they're really learning about relationships through this exchange of energy that you're either cultivating or allowing to die. Simple as that. So when you do this or you take care of this and prioritize this as a man, like you're doing the best thing you can do for your kids. Maybe in the short term, you're like thinking, well, maybe I don't want to spend time away from my kids right now. My kids need me. No. Your kids need to know that they can't have access to dad all the time. Sometimes dad needs to go away and take care of duties and take care of business, his internal business. But when he returns, boom, he's that father, he's that leader that they really need. And they're watching how he or he shows up around his wife. The kids are absorbing that frequency of like power and presence from their father. That's the best thing you can do. So don't let the excuse of like, oh yeah, but I have kids, I can't do this. No. It's even more important that you make time for this stuff as a father. So bro, I want to leave you with this. It's something I've learned over the last 10 years in being in my relationship is that closeness builds love, but sometimes distance rebuilds desire. So keep that in mind. And if you resonated with this video, check out this next video about why shutting down is slowly killing the attraction and the emotional safety in your woman. I know it's a banger and you're gonna enjoy it. That's all for now. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.